Right, hello. I don't know if the bit I've just filmed is going to make it into a video or not, but here we are. And we are in the third one, the third video. So, on this one, I think it's probably going to be worth talking about fear, because I've had a moment today, because I wasn't going to do this. I originally intended to talk about fear, my own personal fear, before and a little bit after the stroke. But then I thought, after getting upset at the end of the last one, I kind of thought, no, I'm going to talk about something else. And then I panicked over the something else I was going to talk about, because I didn't know. Well, I just lost a bit of confidence in what I was going to talk about. And then I was going to talk about something else, about my hobbies. But then I didn't feel good about that one either. So I thought, right, this is it. We're going to talk about fear, my fear. Because I've lived my life with fear, and not the good fear. It's always been the fear that holds you back. The fear that stops you doing stuff and pursuing stuff. And I felt that this morning, trying to decide what I was going to do for this video. So yeah, I've always held myself back, and it's because of the fear of things. Well, I don't know. It's really hard to sort of quantify. But that little bit of fear has held me back. It's held me back believing in myself with things. It's stopped me from doing things that I wanted to do. And I've sort of, because of that fear, I've probably never really pushed myself. And I think it has created a bit of an empty feeling inside me that I never really realised I had until this stroke's happened. And that has unlocked a load of things in my mind. And I think it has led to a big bit of my lack of self-belief, and a bit of my, well, a lot of my confidence issues. And I think that was partly what spurred me on to maybe do this and talk about things that I think about and feel. But yeah, I even feel hesitant now talking about it. I think that's why this has just been a bit stumbly and a little bit raggedy and a bit odd. Because I can feel it. I can feel that fear saying, no, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Because you're going to have people think you're weird or judge you. And I shouldn't. And I don't want to live my life in fear. And I think that's one of the things that I've learned. But at the same time, post-stroke, I am slightly feeling I've got a wall of fear. I'm scared of being on my own again. And I know I'm going to have to grab the bull by the horns. But it's things like the fear of work. I'm currently thinking to myself, is it worth putting myself in that position where I find myself just snowed under the pressure and the stress of it? Because so far, all my results that I've had, I had the results from my heart monitor. Everything was normal. And I think generally, physically, medically, everything has been fine. So in terms of work, I am wondering if it has been stress and the way things are there. But then I'm also scared of the unknown. I'm scared to quit it and take myself out of that situation because I've got nowhere to go. And I would love to just do nothing but creative stuff, which I have been doing the last few weeks, but I need to live and I need to be able to afford things. I need to eat and heat. And that's not an easy thing at the minute. And on a slightly similar note, I have been thinking about dropping a day at work as well. But the thing with that is, again, it's that thing of I need to heat and eat, and things are getting expensive. But I think it's that being on my own thing again. I was on my own when I had the stroke, and now it's like, but I know I have to face that. But I think as well, I think this helps. I mean, before January the 13th, I would never have felt good enough. Oh, well, that's all part of the fear thing, the self-worth thing. But yeah, it's all part of it. It's all part of the fear, I think. And it's the fear I have in myself. It's weirdly, it is the fear to live. And I don't want to hold myself back anymore. I mean, it's like right now. The first two videos I did it in my mum's shed, and now I'm outside. But the only difference, well, yeah, I'm outside, and it's nice, but there's nobody around. No sheep to judge me, and no people. So I feel like I can do this here. But it's all building confidence up. And I've lost my confidence. And like I say, I'm tired of being afraid, but the fear's there. And I need to try and combat that. Because in an odd sort of way, and without putting a downer on things, because this whole stroke has made me feel a bit more mortal, or it's made me come face to face with my mortality. I think that's a better way of putting it. It's like I'm realising that in a funny sort of way, I feel like I've got fewer days ahead than I do behind. And I haven't lived my life. And I really want to just maybe live a little. Be a better friend. Because I think I could have been better, looking back at things. But I've always tried to be a good person. And again, I think it's the fear that's maybe generally made me feel like I'm maybe not the best person or worthy. And I think that's all part of the fear of things. Whoops, I nearly tripped on a vine down there. That could have been disastrous. But yeah, I think it all comes down to fear. And I just don't want to, I don't want to carry that burden of fear anymore. So I think there is some good things that have come out of my stroke. And all kinds of realisations. Like, I'm not sure what the point in this video is. You see, that's the other thing. I feel like I ramble. And not really anything to say. And though I have an idea what I want to say, I don't feel like I'm getting it out. But I kind of think it's all good. It's all good practice, really. But I don't know. Anyway, I don't want this to end up going too much longer, because I feel like I waffle too much, and this and the last one could have been a lot shorter than they are. A lot of this is just my thought process. I think that's why it's so disjointed. And as I say, it's just sticking to that idea that I can look back on this in a year's time, if nothing else, if this is the last upload I make, that I can look back and I can say that's something that I've changed for the better. But yeah, that's a dew pond. Oh, I nearly said again, but I don't know if I'm going to use the first bit that I filmed. I'll try and bolt it on, I think, but generally it's just going to be raw. These videos are pretty raw. But yeah, lovely bit of the world. I'll come out completely, because you're probably sick of seeing my ugly mug, really. Just look at the view. That's what I can see. And I'm probably going to shut up now as well. So if I do another one, see you soon, next time. Yeah. Could this ending be more awkward? Oh, I don't know what's happening now. Goodbye.